Radhe Radhe, Jai Shri Krishna. This week's card is guidance from the Osho Zen Tarot. And I couldn't help but smile when I saw it. How beautifully in sync is this card with the energies of this week. This week, on the 29th of July, we will be celebrating Guru Purnima. And from 30th of July, here in North India, Shravan also begins, a month dedicated to Mahadev. Both Guru Purnima and Shravan are centered around guidance, devotion, and walking a spiritual path. And out of all the cards that could have come out, we receive guidance. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that's exactly what the universe is trying to remind us of. Now, when we hear the word Guru, our minds immediately think of a person, someone sitting in front of us, a teacher, a master, someone who shows us the way. And yes, a guru does exactly that. A guru doesn't walk the path for you. A guru simply helps you see the next step. But what happens if your guru isn't physically present? Or maybe you've never found one. Does guidance stop? I don't think it does. For me, my guru isn't in his physical body anymore. Yet I don't feel that his guidance has stopped. Sometimes it reaches me through people, sometimes it reaches me through songs, but most of the time it reaches me through something all of us have, our intuition. And I think that's one of the greatest gifts we've all been given. That even when there is no one outside to tell us what to do, there is still a quiet voice within all of us that knows. That's what we call intuition, the higher self, God's voice. Osho says that when a room is dark, you don't fight the darkness. You simply light a candle. That candle will not illuminate the entire room or the road ahead. It just helps you see the door so that you can find your way out of that dark room. That's exactly how intuition works. It doesn't reveal your entire future. It simply illuminates your next step. And maybe that's all guidance was ever meant to do. I think somewhere along the way, we've started expecting guidance to give us certainty. We want to know what's going to happen within the next 6 months from now. We want guarantees. We want someone to tell us that everything will work out exactly the way we've planned. But guidance doesn't work like that. It simply says, take this one step. And after you take that step, the next one becomes visible. The inner guide is always present. People often confuse that inner guidance, intuition with anxiety. But they are very different. Anxiety is loud. It keeps repeating itself. It fills your mind with hundreds of possibilities. It keeps you in a loop. Intuition is quiet. It comes once, it says what it has to say, and then it leaves. Sometimes what intuition tells you isn't even what you want to hear. Your body may react for a moment, but somewhere deep within there is peace. You just know. वो gut feeling बोलते हैं ना जो. The overthinking starts later, when the mind begins arguing with what the soul already understood. There's a beautiful story about Madame Curie. She had been trying to solve a difficult scientific problem for a long time. One night, she dreamt of the solution. When she woke up, she realized it was correct, even though she couldn't explain how she arrived at it. But she did. That's intuition. And it doesn't always speak through dreams. Sometimes it comes while you're taking a walk, sometimes while you're making tea, sometimes in the middle of an ordinary day, when your mind finally becomes quiet enough to hear it. Which brings me to some additional messages that came with this week's guidance. One message that came through very strongly, that if you're someone who drinks alcohol regularly, try avoiding it this week. I don't know whether it's because Shravan is starting, or because of Guru Purnima, or simply because of this week's energy, but that message came through very clearly. Some of you may also receive guidance from an elder, a teacher, a mentor, or an older sibling. Don't dismiss their words too quickly. Pay attention, it might help you in some way. There's also a very strong energy of divine protection around many of you this week. So, if you're feeling a little lost, or if you're feeling that there's no one for you, you are very protected and things will work out. Also, this week, try detaching yourself from specific outcomes. The more attached we become to how life should unfold, the harder it becomes for us to hear how life is actually guiding us. So, this week, try pausing a little bit between your tasks. Take rest whenever it's possible. And when you're resting, just rest. Try listening a lot more than just talking. And most importantly, trust yourself. Because sometimes the guidance you've been asking for has already been whispered. You just needed enough silence to hear it, and then enough courage to follow that guidance. I really hope you all have a wonderful week. Har Har Mahadev.